The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. Him make an eye like down in a green pastures, him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul, him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yeah! Though I rasta go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Uno prepared a table before I in the presence of our enemy them. Uno anointed I head to no oil, me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy. I go follow I all the days of I even. I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah. Kadama we groma bea tela e higzag beer tana istalina bashante shante shante shante. Kadama we groma be tela e. This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Show them up, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Black Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes, and sizes, aromas, and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot where they are subjected to some good amount of eating. In the aftermath, food is prepared in all its sumptuousness, all its palatability, and all its nutritiousness. This is what we do here. We sample so many different ideas and then we spread that on the mat. We pick up the best in our quest to solve the problems of our country, our continent. This is the voice of the people, and the voice of the people is the voice of God. Here we don't criticize, but if we must criticize, it will be on only one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. This is the Black Pot Friday edition, and we must apologize for the late start of the show. Today has been very hectic. Yes, a hot demonstration in town, and it kept all the streets of Accra very, very busy in traffic. We apologize for the late start, my brother, my sister. Today we have 5 very important issues to look at, and we're going to go straight up into that. Remember to send your messages coming in. We'll read them twice in the show. Keep them coming and keep them very decent. Our numbers are also scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Most importantly, please share the broadcast. We are streaming on Facebook and also on YouTube. We are going to be very brief today because already we are running late. So we'll go straight to the point. Number 1, let's look at the very first story. Oh gosh, I can't promise Ghana win in Libya. And this is Coach Otto Addo. He is the coach of Ghana. He is 95% German, 2% Ghanaian, 2.5% something else, and 0.5% something else. This man is not patriotic one bit. He's called Coach Otto Addo. He played for Ghana when he was a youngster. Yes. And then, from that time, it looks like he's shown so much more solidarity with Germany than his homeland Ghana. I hear his father or his mother, in fact, one of his parents is German and the other one is Ghanaian. What would you expect of a man like that? Father here, mother here. So he would have to go the part or the side that favors him most. I don't blame him for anything. But when it comes to us speaking as Ghanaians, we can speak. He's not a patriot. He doesn't speak for Ghana. First and foremost, they got him to come and coach the national team. He seemed to have some brilliant glimpses, left, right, and center. Yes, the brilliance was not too huge, But at least glimmers of brilliance, left, right, and center. And all of a sudden, he fizzled into thin air. My brother, my sister, he resigned on a very, very, very bad note. Whilst he was right there on the field, he resigned. He sent the message to the president of Ghana and the rest of us that he had resigned. He was not going to continue to be the coach of Ghana. Remember when we played the World Cup? Now they have gone all the way back to bring him on as the coach. Little did they know that he's a spent force. The little energy in him is gone. He started on a very wrong footing. He removed the day Ayew from the team, to the applause of many Ghanaians who still have that mentality that you cannot be good after so many years of being good. That's the problem with Ghanaians, a lot of Ghanaians. When Ghanaians start shouting, oh, he's been there for long, why is he the only person who can do it? Ask them one question and see if they can answer. Are you saying that it's not doing good? Or you have a replacement that can do better? A lot of Ghanaians have no answer to that. We have a certain sickness in this country. We don't like people who have prospered for so long. We don't like people who have reigned for so long, no matter how good their reign is. True or false? We hear them say, oh, this musician has been there for long. Why? Is he the only musician? They start by calling you legend. By calling you legend, it is a certificate of retirement they are giving to you. No matter what you do, they won't support you anymore. You are too old to sing. Only in Ghana. My brother, the day Ayew has been playing so well for Ghana, one of the most patriotic. Well, he might be nearing his retirement age, but he was still on top of the game at the time this coach decided to bench him. Many people said that it was not the best decision. Even if it was not the right way to do it. The day Ayew went out and sat down, a lot of Ghanaians liked the idea because a lot of Ghanaians have forcefully made the day Ayew inherit his father's enemies, Abedipele's enemies. People who were enemies of Abedipele naturally became enemies of his children. Sadly, this is the country we live in. They chased out the day Ayew. They didn't want to see him again. And his only reason, which was so nauseous, so nauseating, so stinking, this guy, Otto, he told him that, you see, you've been there for so long. All the others you were playing with have retired. Listen to the mentality. Somebody who got trained in Germany. Is it about how long you have played or what you can do right now? My brother, this guy prefers to bring younger players who can do nothing to having old players who do better. So they removed him. The day Ayew told him point blank, it's your decision. I respect your decision, but I don't agree with you. Today, people are crying for the return of the day Ayew. True or false? True or false? Another coach, Coach Kwesi Appiah, my brother, my sister, who was coaching the Black Stars. They humiliated him, frustrated him with unpaid bonuses and salaries, and he relocated to Sudan, Sahelian Sudan, where football is not one of their options. These are people who are cowboys, sheep boys, and farmers. They are not interested in football. My brother, my sister, they all of a sudden got so interested in football, and Kwesi Appiah is their coach. He came all the way to Ghana and forced a draw on the Ghanaian soil. But that's not a problem. Football can go anyway. You know what this coach said? He told the people of Ghana that Sudan was lucky and that in Libya, Sudan will not be second time lucky. But all of a sudden, it looks like he's negating what he said. And watch what he is saying. I cannot assure you that Ghana will beat Sudan in Libya. Otto Addo tells Ghanaians. So what do you mean by Sudan will not be second time lucky? Now the head coach of the Black Stars, Otto Addo, has said that he cannot guarantee the team will triumph over Sudan in the return leg after drawing at home. According to him, football is full of uncertainties and that he is not able to give an absolute assurance that the Black Stars will clinch a win. However, he emphasized that the team is well positioned and will continue to work diligently to ensure that they convert the chances they were able to utilize. They were unable to utilize in the first match at the Accra Sports Stadium. This assurance everybody is talking about. For what? This is football. And I cannot even assure you. You know what I can assure? We will try our best. And I know that in the end, we will be rewarded. And the positive thing is still in our own hands. We have to win the next game. And then, if we don't qualify, then it's still a long way. It's going to be very, very tough to the last match. But we will do it with this performance again. We will do it in Libya against Sudan. That should win. Before this match, this unpatriotic coach was asked, "Coach, you are a son of the land. There's a lot of illegal mining happening, aka Galamsey. What do you think about it?" "Oh yes, Galamsey is very bad, but right now, I don't want to think about Galamsey. We have a match to win against Sudan." They will go and win the match, win the cup, and come home to an empty country because Galamsey has killed everybody. They misplaced their priorities. All we wanted was for him to get the players to at least hold a placard or a certain flag saying, "Say no to Galamsey." It would have been a strong point to make on the playing field. But this coach here has more allegiance to Germany than he has to Ghana. He said he's not thinking about that. He's only thinking about winning the game. And he lost. What kind of a coach is this that is not inspirational? He's not even sure that his tactics would work. If I were this coach, I would say, listen, we have the best tactics. And looking at the Sudanese team, if we are to go by tactics and the preparedness of the team, there's no way we will not win this game. That is it. But to start on a note of, oh, it's football, anything can happen. This is a coach who should be sacked immediately. Who hired him? Remember, I told you from the start that this coach will be so abysmal. He has no spirit of patriotism. This is a useless coach. He's a coach who is arrogant, who is a coach who is not ready. Today he's telling you, it's a game of football, anything can happen. Oh, my brother. So what have they been spending time and the Ghanaian taxpayers' money to do on the pitch? If football is all about chance, that means it's a gamble. Even the gambler would have to stand and say, "I would win," before he puts his money out there. A lot of gamblers are so confident that they are winning. Only a few gamblers will go to the gambling table, still shaky, telling themselves it could go either way. As a coach, you have to be inspirational. They call it coaching psychology. The team has a psychologist. But when the whole team listens to a coach saying it's a game of chance, anything could happen, what else can the psychologist say to convince the team? It's like there was a day I was flying to Guyana in a helicopter, flying from one part of Guyana to the other. And then all of a sudden, some wild thoughts came into my head. The propeller of the helicopter was going poko, 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 poko. And I moved over to the pilot who was so close to me. You know? And I asked him, so if this propeller all of a sudden stops working, or the engine stops working, what happens? Do you have a spare engine? Do you have a spare propeller? How do you save these people? You know what he told me? He looked at me and told me, and he was really frustrated with the question that I asked him. Nobody has ever asked him this question, at least not whilst we were up there. The Guyanese pilot looked at me back. You know what he told me? He said, "Please, can I answer this question when we land?" Immediately, I knew he had no answer. The answer he was going to give me was going to be disastrous. He had an answer, but that answer was going to break me. So he decided that he will give me the answer after we had landed. As a smart dude, I knew it was not a comfortable answer. So I prepared myself. If this propeller all of a sudden stops working, Blakk Rasta, what are you going to do? If the engine stops working, Blakk Rasta, what are you going to do? And we're flying high up over the Amazon. At least he was smart. He didn't tell me. When the engine stops, we all will crash and die. Or when the propeller stops, then we'll say our last prayer. When we landed, he tried to avoid me, but I walked over to him again. You know what he told me? He said, it looks like you are very insistent. You want an answer, by all means. I said, well, if it's for you to tell me, I'm learning. He said, that is not a huge airplane. It doesn't have two engines. He has only one. When one engine stops working, we say our last prayer and crash. Imagine he had told me this whilst there. Maybe I would have started praying. Maybe I would have even comatose. There's a way to manage expectations and there's a way to encourage people. If you want to manage expectations, you tell them, listen, the first game we played so well, we outplayed the Sudanese. The only thing that was left was for us to convert this into gold. But this guy prefers to talk about a game of chance, lotto. Oh, they were lucky. And when it comes to luck, that is lotto. It's an uncertainty. It's no more about tactics. It's about luck. He's a very bad coach. You have to get him fired. We need a more patriotic coach, a coach who understands exactly what it is when we say psychology. Dash him away. Now the next thing we want to look at is scrolling on the screens. And it says, watch this. Bawumia, villain of election 2024. Who is he? Do you know him? Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. You know him, right? That's him. Very handsome man, isn't he? This guy has lies on his lips like a great-grandson of Satan. So much lies he tells. Political lies. All because he wants power. His running mate is a coward. He talks as if he has left his brains at home. He's walking like a headless jack. His running mate, they call him Napo. He goes to tell Galamseyers, hey, they want us to stop you so that we will lose elections. We will not stop. Yes, we will not stop. We will let you make your money. My brother, when you hear them talking, they are like toddlers. They are so desperate for power. Well, somebody says that Bawumia in this 2024 election is something else. But I believe that he's more than that something else. He's a villain. And we're going to look at it. A villain is the opposite of a hero. A villain is the opposite of a hero. Run the story, my youth. Watch this. 2024 elections, Bawumia is the underdog in the presidential race. I don't see him as the underdog. I see him as the villain. And this is Lejokuku MCE. Run it, my youth. Mordecai Kwashi, the municipal chief executive of Lejokuku, has described the New Patriotic Party's presidential candidate, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, as an underdog in the presidential race. According to him, Dr. Bawumia's influence and impact have consistently been undermined by various polls, causing people to overlook how threatening his candidacy can be in the elections. He made this known whilst discussing political campaigns ahead of the 2024 elections on Joy News on Friday, October 11, 2024. That's today. So this is fresh news. Run it, my youth. It is important to understand that in the presidential, our candidate is the underdog in the race. Every poll has put him behind. We are working hard to catch up and overtake. That is what we are doing now, he said. Mordecai Kwashi explained how Dr. Bawumia has changed the face and narrative of the country's political sphere. He asserted that Dr. Bawumia has positioned himself as a candidate of transformation and change, despite being part of the incumbent government, a narrative that has shifted over time. Dash. So this is Mordecai. I like his honesty. He says all the polls put Bawumia there as an underdog. His chances are so slim against some other political parties. But instead of using his word underdog, I prefer to say he's the villain. This is the only party that is campaigning against its own policies. I've never seen this happen in any election in Ghana, all 50 years of my life. My brother, this is the only political party that is on a campaign spree, campaigning against its own policies. They are going to cancel e-levy. The taxes they have slapped on innocent Ghanaians, they are going to scrape all of them, including the betting tax. And again, oh my God. How does Bawumia feel going around campaigning against the same problems they have meted out on Ghanaians? That's a villain. They go out, they don't have anything fresh. The problems they have created, they are telling us to vote them back so that they will solve those problems. Even if we're crazy people, we will never vote you back. The other day, just yesterday, I heard the Deputy Minister of Lands, another joker. His boss is the worst Minister of Lands this country has ever had. You know what the deputy said? He said, oh, you know what? We will fight Galamsey. We just want you to bring us back into power and we will fight Galamsey. Within 3 months, we will clear all the water bodies. Such a joker. Joker. Hopeless joker. Deputy Lands Minister. And his boss says, oh, you know what? We are bringing water guards and the Marine and the Navy to fight Galamsey. Nana Akufo-Addo has been pushed so much to start the fight against Galamsey again. They are out there making the same mistakes they made earlier, burning excavators and chunk farms. When you need them and you use the taxpayers' money to import them. It's common sense. This is foolishness they are doing. Seize all the chunk farms. Seize all the excavators and give them to the state. Put 4 of the excavators on the Koli Lagoon and see how much dredging these can do. Sometimes, forgive me if I'm saying stupid things. Sometimes I pray that we all of a sudden find gold in the Koli Lagoon. My brother, in no time, these Galamseyers will come and dredge the whole Koli Lagoon. Give them 3 days. The whole Koli Lagoon will be dredged. Because they've seen some gold they want to get out. My brother, it is not wise to seize excavators and set them on fire. Seize them. Send them to the nation. Again, excavators that come into the country, where do they pass to enter the country? Is it the airport? Or they come by sea? Do we have customs? Do we have immigration? Do we take note of all these things in the face of Galamsey? Do we know the locations these things are being sent to? Do we have the common sense to follow up to see the destination of all these chunk farms and the so-called excavators? No, we don't care. Once we take our taxes for importing them, they can even go and dredge the Flagstaff house. You don't care. You are not ready to build those here. You are not ready to gather data. If this was in England, they would try to find out the destination of all these chunk farms that are doing alluvial mining and also the excavators. But for us, we are not ready. It's sad, isn't it? Bawumia is the villain of election 2024. Listen to him campaigning. They are going to scrape e-levy, betting tax. Who brought all these taxes on us? The same government. It means you are a government of a waste of time. No betting tax. And it's even in their colors with Bawumia's name written there. No e-levy. A party that is campaigning against its own policies. Is that one to a political party? They are so confused. Their best spot is total oblivion. We don't need them. Dash it out. When we return, we certainly have more for you, and we'll also be taking your messages. Send them in. Hey! Hey! Wayo! It's the Black Pot, aka Kuku Show, and here we speak truth to power. You saw our quote, right? Bawumia is a comedian. If he gets into the presidency, he doesn't become a president. He rather will turn the presidency into a circus. How many people agree with me? Bawumia is a comedian. If you make a mistake and vote him into the presidency, he won't become a president. He will turn the presidency into a circus. Next story. Why organized labor cancelled strike? Hey, somebody's telling us why. And he's a member of the NDC. This man here is called Spio Gabra. At a point, he was the Minister of Business and such other activities, including tourism and the rest. I like this man, Spio Gabra. He has said something. Organized labor tried to put pressure on the government to end Galamsey illegal mining. They got everybody in Ghana to support them. They were going on a strike. All of a sudden, they chickened out after meeting with the president. And the president asked them for some time to be able to deal with the Galamsey issue. As to what the president told them, we don't know. We can all hazard a guess, but Spio Gabra seems to have the keys to the throne room of this discussion. Watch it. Money played a significant role in organized labor's decision to call off strike. And this is Spio Gabra alleging. A former Minister of Trade, Dr. Spio Gabra, has alleged that money played a significant role in influencing the decision of organized labor to cancel its planned nationwide strike. In an interview on Addo FM's Burning Issues, monitored by Ghana Web on October 10, 2024, he emphasized that financial considerations in labor negotiations in the country cannot be overstated. During such moments, you cannot overlook the impact of financial considerations on decision-making. Money plays a critical role in all human interventions, whether before a strike, after a strike, or even during the strike. At different stages of the negotiation process, you cannot rule out the role money plays. That's what he said. It influenced their decision at different stages. Money played a critical role in the decision of organized labor to suspend their strike action. On Wednesday, October 9, 2024, organized labor made a U-turn on a planned nationwide strike over illegal mining, popularly called Galamsey. But they chickened out and they didn't give a reason. But at least we have seen the fight against Galamsey step up from the government in power. We've seen that soldiers have been sent onto the Galamsey side to go and deal with this issue like they did before and failed. We must also remember that Nana Akufo-Addo tried to fight Galamsey, albeit using the wrong methods, burning down excavators and so on and so forth. he didn't really get so much support from other political parties. Some political parties politicized the whole action and made it look like when they come into power, they would make sure that Galamsey continues to go on. Nana Akufo-Addo realized that he was losing the elections. And he came back like the coward that he is to make Galamsey have a walk in the park. Today, we, the people of Ghana, are forcing him to go back on the fight. That is the power we shall never underestimate. Let us all know how much power we have. All these politicians are our employees. If they misbehave, let us squeeze their balls. A lot of us behave like servants to them, but they are supposed to be our employees. This is what Spio Gabra is saying. Did they really pay some money to organize labor? Did organized labor leaders take money? I want to applaud UTAG at this point. They decided that they will still go on the strike, and they are on strike. My brother, I applaud UTAG. And it's good that the government has stepped up this Galamsey fight. But please use the right methods. Burning excavators is not the answer. Seize them and give them to the state. It's the Black Ports, aka Koko Shonamo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we shall read your messages and do more. Hey! Why? Wayo!
Blackpot, Coco Show, man.
It's the Black Pot, aka Koko Shona, where we speak truth to power. I must apologize for the wrong insert. That photo there is not the photo of Nyasingbe Iyadema. That is Faure Nyasingbe Iyadema, the son of Iyadema who died in power. I apologize for that picture swap. This is the Black Pot, aka Koko Shona, and here we speak truth to power. Shall we look at your comments? JDSGH. We are live. Greetings, Black. Wani Boy says, welcome back, my king. Goswe Jata says, Black. Thank God it's Friday. Woyoy. Kofi Azuma says, greetings to my brother Black Rasta on this blessed Friday. I was running late also. I was out doing some charity work in the community here. Blessed love. Emmanuel Bonnie says, woyoy, come here. You think say you're there wise. More fire. Kofi Azuma says, greetings to all my brothers and sisters here with much love on this blessed Friday. Nabon Pyramid says, welcome, Grandpa, listening to some Hanye blend with this show. Keep the fire burning. King Black. All right. Prince Abrakwa says, Grammy, oh, Grammy. The good Lord will do it. Amen, oh, amen. He has done it already. All right. More comments? Do we have some more comments? All right. And it looks like, yes, we have some more comments. To my darling, says, true, Black Rasta. The day I used commitment alone was better than his young, talented boys promoted by their own managers to make money, not to help Ghana Black Stars. Crop Farmer says, Sabali Toss and Consorts. Grace Saki says, ha. Kofi Azuma says, make sure you all watching this live streamer will share the live stream Call all your friends and family members to come and watch with Blakk RASTA right now. Kofi Azuma says, thank God it's Friday. All right. Abdul Sharif Islam Jamil says, Salaam alaikum, Blakk. I am back. Sorry, I was not able to watch you yesterday. Sorry for that. Watching you live from Saudi Arabia. More fire. Thanks for your good job. Well, you can still go back and watch it. It's still online. And it says the king is back. Reginald Selom Agbojo says, good evening, Blakk RASTA. We Ghanaians believe in criticism, but we can't do anything better than the one we are criticizing. Blessed, my teacher Blakk. Mark Romeo Ofori says, good evening, Professor Blakk. Idris Uyaya Atugbe says, watching you from Oman. Keep on keeping the fire burning. Woy. Right? Looks like we have more. Keep your messages coming in. Remember to share the broadcast. Send your comments in. Our numbers are also scrolling on the screen. Make sure that you take the numbers and do business with us. All right, so let's look at the next headlines. We're about to end. Remember, today we said we would make it brief so that you can have your rest. Mass exodus of Ghana teachers. Mass exodus of Ghana teachers. Run it, my youths. Teachers are leaving Ghana. They are running away. Why? It's a silent killer. Now, the silent exodus. Why teachers are leaving the country? Run it, my youths. And this is from Ghana Web. The recent World Teachers' Day celebrations was an opportunity to honor the immense contributions of teachers globally. Ghana has made some notable progress in increasing its teaching staff, with data from Statistica.com suggesting that as of 2021, the number of basic school teachers had jumped from 172,800 as a result of improved recruitment efforts following the lifting of the ban of recruitment of teachers by the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, in 2018. However, despite this growth, the country's education sector appears to be under threat as it grapples with the harsh realities of trained teachers steadily exiting the profession in search of better opportunities abroad. Poor working conditions, low salaries, and a lack of respect for the profession are some factors that may contribute to the exit of teachers to seek better employment opportunities abroad. Now, according to the National Association of Graduate Teachers, NAGRAT, as of October 2023, approximately 10,000 teachers had left the country to work in developed countries, citing financial difficulties, low pay, and the perception that teachers are undervalued in the country. Wow. Now, the mass exodus of our teachers outside the country has not been captured as it is. The number is increasing by the day. As of October, we know that 10,000 people left. For those who did not pass through our borders, we could hardly put a figure on that. So after October, those who have left, we haven't even counted. Ashanti Regional Secretary of the National Association of Graduate Teachers, Tindana Baba Joseph, indicated. Priscilla Ayi, a young teacher who recently completed her licensure examination, is also eyeing opportunities abroad, pointing out a key issue that appears to resonate with most of their colleagues who are new to the profession. Dash. My brother, if you go to the airport, nurses are running out of the country, teachers are running out of the country. It looks like almost everybody's running out of the country. Bawumia said, and I agreed with him, teachers are suffering, fishermen are suffering, boxers are suffering. Everybody is suffering. Today, they have suffered to the point that they are leaving. I wish Bawumia would come back and say, fishermen are leaving, teachers are leaving, soldiers are leaving, policemen are leaving, everybody is leaving. I was in Tongo the other day. You know, they discovered some gold there, and there's even a gold mine, Jiangxi. A lot of the teachers have left the classroom to go and do Galamsey. Right now, some countries in Asia are so much in need of Ghanaian teachers to come and teach their children the English language. So you know what is happening? They have opened their borders to Ghanaian teachers to just flood in. And if you look at the amount of money they are paying them, it's terrible. When I return from this short break, I'm going to tell you more about this. I will be right back.
Blackpot, Coco Show, man. 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 Blackpot, Coco Show, man.
It's the Blackpot, aka Coco Showdown, and here we speak truth to power. My brother, can we afford to have all our trained personnel, all our trained labor, leave the country like this? Can we? Come here. Watch this. We use the taxpayers' money to train teachers, doctors, nurses, and all these wonderful people, only for them to leave the country. Imagine if this trend continues for the next 10 years. We would import teachers into the country. The quality of education will drop. Quality of health drop. Quality of living drop. That will be another slavery. Because if quality of everything drops, then we are back in the days of slavery, where quality of life was useless. Think about it. I'm sad. Think about it. Teachers are going. We don't respect them in this country. In the UK, teachers are worshipped. In America, teachers are worshipped. In Ghana, it's only poor people who cannot find any other job who become teachers. We are rewiring the mindset of the people. Patriotism. Rewiring the mindset of our people. We are an endangered species if we continue on this tangent. That's it away. Final story, and we are done. I promise you won't take more than 5 minutes. Catholic bishops walk out against Galamsey. Today, I was almost late for my radio show, and it made me late for this show, all because of this. Hey, the Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference had a lot of men and women of God. They didn't call it a demonstration or a protest. They were having a prayer walk. Ah, I love it. This is the first time I am seeing anything of this kind. All my 50 years on it. I've never seen the clergy do anything like this. But Nana Akufo-Addo's bad governance has made this happen. I saw people in Kasok walking around praying against Galamsey. They won't call it a demonstration for you to even bring soldiers to come and arrest them and beat them up. They won't call it a protest for you to lock them up in jail. No, they were out there praying. It's a prayer walk against Galamsey. Oh my God. I saw police vehicles filled with hot water, ready to unleash that and cook human beings. I saw policemen with guns all over. Of course, it's their duty to bring about peace and maintain the peace. But I like what happened today. Yes, our streets were choked. We couldn't move around. So much traffic all over up till now. But my brother, I applaud the clergy. Remember, if there's no peace in the country, nobody will go to church. The tithes will not flow. If we all die by Galamsey, who is going to worship God? We'll be in our graves. It's good that everybody is getting concerned about the issue of Galamsey. Dash it away. Let's look at the story. Some bishops said that they were not going to be part of it because they believed that it was politically motivated. They were low thinkers. Look at the content of the thing. Does it matter? It doesn't matter who is fueling it. As long as it's a just cause, why do you mind who is fueling it? If the devil comes to tell you that your children are hungry, feed them, and you see your children, you see that they are hungry, will you question and say that because it's the devil saying, feed my children, you won't? Common sense tells you that you have to feed your children. Catholic Bishop Conference clears air on environmental prayer against Galamsey. Let's go. The Ghana Catholic Bishop Conference has refuted claims that it is organizing an environmental prayer protest walk against Galamsey, a form of illegal mining in Ghana. According to Most Reverend Gabriel Justice Anoche, Archbishop of Kumasi, the prayer walk is actually being organized by the Accra Archdiocese. Now, the clarification comes amidst attempts by some political elements to politicize the issue. The Ghana Catholic Bishop Conference has been vocal about its position on Galamsey, citing its devastating impact on the environment and human lives. That's it. We applaud you. You are walking the talk. In Islam, protecting your environment is part of Iman, is part of faith. In Islam, it's a sin to destroy the environment. I think it's the same with Christianity. Cleanliness is next to godliness, right? I applaud you. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Now I'm waiting for Muslim imams and malams at least to do similar things. These are the two big religious groups in the country. After that, let's have the traditional priests also come out with their budia and do it. It will tell everybody that we are ready. Dash it away. Well, my name is Blakk RASTA, and I want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you and we love you. We apologize one more time for the late start of the show. So many things are happening in the city right about now. Some that Olivia says it is a useless organization. Which one is that? Kofi Azuma says Blakk RASTA ex-President Obama was here yesterday in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, campaigning for Vice President Kamala Harris. Oh, okay. FZ says common sense is common but not common to common people. Alas and Tairo says Blakk RASTA NPP's campaign to scrape e-levy and betting tax is an insult. It's more than just an insult, Alasan. In fact, it demeans our intelligence. Emmanuel Bonny says the country will change by force. We need to vote for thinkers and we shall be on the right path. Oh, yo, I agree with you. Kwesi Opuni joined us only yesterday and is here again. He says, good afternoon, Mr. Blakk. I am sad you're calling DMB a villain. Having a contrary view of DMB doesn't make him a villain. He is just a simple public servant trying to save Ghana. Well, I'm glad. That's another opinion. That's your opinion. But my opinion is also different. And I've told you why I think it's a villain. Kwesi Opuni, said, Mr. Blakk, do you want to say that there's nothing positive going on in Ghana? Of course there is. Of course there is. Today I had an independent candidate on my show. And he told me that the NPP borrowed money and they did nothing with the money. And I said, but we see roads being built. They have also built some hospitals that they have not outdoored yet. And we've seen some of them being built. You know the answer he gave me? He said, it is the duty of the government to provide roads, schools, and all that. Therefore, if you provide roads and schools, you don't go back to the people and tell the people that I provided these things, which was my responsibility. So vote for me on that score. He said, I think his name is George Chumberima. George Chumberima, an elder brother of J.B. Dankwa, who was murdered of the NPP. He said, if he goes to the voters, you know what message he's going to be telling them? He's going to be telling them, look at your status quo. If you think I have done well, vote me back. It's not for me to go and tell them, I did this, let my work speak. And I truly like what he said. Of course, we see some things that are happening, but looking at the humongous amount of money is borrowed, this is a joke of a development. That's why we have voted the NPP out. Any more comments? Remember to keep your comments coming in. Razak Fauzia says, great man. How are you doing, Fauzia? Kofi Azuma says, Black Rasta Ghanaians are suffering all over Ghana. Yes, that's true. Black Rasta, will you live stream when you come to the US? In fact, we are trying to work on that so we can do that from the US as well. Kwesi Opunia Free says, Ghana voted for a government and not the TUC. If we all pay taxes, the government will be able to pay our teachers adequately. That is very true. And if we fight corruption, which is the duty of the government, and our own duty as well, I'm sure that we'll be able to seal all those leakages that steal our money, and we can pay teachers and nurses better. Olivius Unwizi says, Nana Addo has scammed Ghanaians. Olivius Unwizi comes back to say there are rumors that Paul Biya is dead. I also heard that. I don't like to jubilate over people's death, but with Paul Biya, I will dance like David naked. He's a demon. Kwesi Opuni Afriye says, how much do you think a teacher should be paid? Over here, teachers are not paid, okay, well, teachers don't pay rent. I'm sure that's what you wanted to say. Lunch and, are not paid rent, lunch and transport allowances. Labor migration is all over the world. Economic pool is the order of the day. I understand that the economic pool is there. But when you instill into your people the discipline of patriotism, they will stay no matter what. Especially when they know you are doing your best to keep things happening. They will support to make the country change. But if they have the feeling that you are a useless government stealing their money and not doing good things or misapplying the money, they will leave. In Ghana, teachers are the least paid. They have no allowances. And they are not paid any retirement bonuses that make sense. Next one. Do we have any more messages? Emmanuel Achieva Tewia says, watching live from Keta Volta region. Apagilia. Emmanuel, watching live from Hachu. It's all about the better Ghana. More fire. Abdul Sharif Islam Jamil says, applauding. Frank Ampim Dakon, good evening, Black Rasta, watching you live from Rome. Keep the fire burning. How is the Pope? Tom Poe says, NDC and NPP, they are all the same people doing Galamsey. It's only a fool who thinks that when NDC comes to power, they will stop Galamsey. As I said, I doubt NDC's ability and power to stop Galamsey. From what I hear them say. But I believe in the power of the people. When the people rise like what we have right now, no government can withstand the power of the people. Finn Ahmed Eko says, today I'm late, watching you from Dubai. Respect my youth. All right? Any more? Do we have any more messages? Send them coming in. And remember, our numbers are also on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Benjamin Tay, the general pathologist, says we should all leave so that the corrupt politicians will be left here. We work and pay tax only for them to embezzle it and live luxurious lives without thinking about the common Ghanaians. I feel your pain. Tompo says, but my brother, prayers and talking cannot stop Galamsey. We need positive action. Oh God, our strong military men like Papa J are no more. What a pity. NDC and MPP, they are all the same. None of them can stop Galamsey. Well, so as I explained, the prayer walk was not actually about prayer. It was a demonstration, it was a protest. Politically read into that, and I applaud them. If they had said it was a protest, they would read political meanings into the clergy's activities. Tom Paul says $50 million just for unfinished National Cathedral. Yes, 56 million. Do you know how many international airports that can build for the nation? International airports. Did you hear that? And the question marks are in red. Tom Paul, thank you for that one. Any more? All right. Okay. If you don't have any more, I want to say thank you so much. Come here. It's been a very beautiful evening. And I want to say thank you for joining us. We appreciate you and we love you. It's been the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kokoshonamo. We love you. Have a happy weekend and we'll see you again next week. Same time, 6 p.m. on Monday. Hey! Way! Way!